Hey everyone, Lucamus Prime here, so it's time for another discussion video. So this time I'm going to be discussing a portrayal by an actor as a character. So I thought to kick this off for character portrayal, we would talk about my favourite actor who plays my favourite superhero. So yeah, so this is my favourite superhero actor, guys, and it's none other than this person next to me, which is the great Christopher Reeve, playing my favourite superhero, which is Superman. So yeah, let's discuss. So Christopher Reeve, he played Superman in 4 movies of Superman, released from 1978 all the way to 1987. So 9 years of playing the character. And I gotta say that his portrayal was incredible. I really loved it, because I grew up with Christopher Reeve when I was a child. The first Superman movie that I saw when I was a kid was the theatrical version of Superman 2. I love the movie, but I wasn't really a fan of it because I had a couple of issues with it, which you can probably see in my comparison between the theatrical version and Richard Donner cut. For those you're wondering, I prefer Richard Donner cut. That's actually my favourite Superman movie. So in the first movie, in 1978, which was actually a year after Star Wars New Hope came out, which is pretty cool, he played Superman, and he got the build of Superman via training from David Prowse, who you may know as the actor who played Darth Vader in the suit, and of course, rest in peace, David Prowse. And he looks so much like him from the comics and in the costume as well. And in that movie, he absolutely nailed the role. He was just perfect, and he had such great charisma and positivity, and so friendly as well, just like a character should be. You know, the bringer of justice. And I can imagine how much of an impact he had on audiences in 1978, especially when he first reveals himself to everyone by saving Lois Lane from the helicopter falling from the Daily Planet in the first movie. I can imagine how much people loved that. And yeah. And also, then of course, he returned for a second movie, which was filmed on the same time as the first film was, back to back, but released 2 years later. But of course, due to creative differences, Richard Donner got fired and replaced by Richard Lester, which I do know that Christopher Reeve was not happy about, because he really missed Richard Donner. So yeah, I think Reeve and the rest of the cast were pretty unhappy about this, and the script was changed and lots of scenes were reshot, which you can tell when you watch a movie and compare it to the Richard Donner cut. And despite, you know, it being a very different film to Richard Donner's original vision, Christopher Reeve was once again just perfect in the role. He really was. He played the part so brilliantly in Superman 2. And one of my highlights for him is in Richard Donner cut, when Lois tricked him into revealing that Clark Kent is Superman by shooting him with a blank gun. Reeve's acting in that scene, where he transitioned from Clark Kent to Superman in a split second, was just phenomenal. Like, you can easily tell when he changes his posture and everything that it's Superman wearing a suit and glasses. So yeah, as opposed to being Clark Kent. So yeah, like, that was a brilliant scene. And then we go on to Superman 3 from 1983. This is a movie that I didn't really like very much, to be honest. The problem I have with it is actually the same problem that Christopher Reeve had, where he said that it decreases the credibility by becoming a comedy for Richard Pryor. That I would agree with Christopher Reeve on, because the movie has such a campy tone, and it's basically just a comedy featuring Superman in it. Like, it didn't really feel like a Superman movie, to be honest. And the only, like, redeemable aspect of it, in my opinion, was Reeve's performance as Superman, especially when he plays the evil Superman created by the red kryptonite, which, by the way, didn't even look like it was red, it was green. So yeah, so the movie was critically panned, but the fight scene between evil Superman and Clark Kent in the junkyard was brilliant. It was probably the only best part of the movie, in my opinion, you know, like, and there's other moments too. For example, the power station scene, that was also another redeemable aspect of Superman 3, especially with Christopher Reeve's performance in that scene as well. Like, his facial expression he has when he's taking that large frozen lake to a power station to throw it over it to make it rain, that was just Superman. I don't think anyone can play that role better than Christopher Reeve. So yeah, despite Superman 3 not really being my favourite Superman movie, Christopher Reeve was brilliant now. There is one thing I will say about Christopher Reeve which I think no other Superman actor gets right, being that when Superman gets mad in the movies, it's really scary. Examples of this is when Lois Lane dies in the first Superman movie as a result of getting trapped by the landslide and suffocating. When Superman screams in anguish and anger over her loss, boy oh boy, it's scary. And of course, his entire performance as an evil incarnation of Superman in Superman 3 was also pretty scary too. Like, he was so evil, and it was brilliant. I don't think any actor can do it better than him, really, at that. Because, like, it's a point of no return, basically, because Superman is meant to be a very friendly, good-natured character, isn't he? Always optimistic and positive. And Christopher Reeve, in my opinion, is the only one who's got it right so far. There are other honourable mentions who do a great job too, but I think Christopher Reeve tops them. And now we get on to what I think is the worst Superman movie ever, and what I think is one of the worst DC movies ever made. Like others being Batman and Robin and Justice League. And this is Superman 4: The Quest for Peace from 1987. Now the thing is, guys, Christopher Reeve said that he was done playing Superman after Superman 3, but, however, he later agreed to play him in Superman 4 if he could have partial control over writing the script. So basically, the idea of Superman wanting to get rid of Earth's nuclear missiles was Christopher Reeve's idea. So, however, the movie was produced by Cannon Films, and this created backlash because Cannon Films have been known to produce low-budget, poorly acted and poorly scripted action movies. And this movie's budget was cut in half. And also, there was also lots more scenes shot, which you can see in deleted scenes which were cut from the final film, which was also a big disappointment. So this movie was a failure, but despite how much I hate this movie, I have a gazillion problems with this movie, so many of them. And later this year I'll probably be doing a rant review of this movie, but if we talk about Christopher Reeve, in my opinion, he was probably one of the very, very, very few aspects of the movie that I liked, because pretty much everything in the movie sucks except him, Margot Kidder as Lois, and Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. Because, I mean, he did the very best he could as Superman. And as well, you can also tell in the movie that Christopher Reeve did not like playing Superman in this movie at all. Because if you watch the scene where Superman repairs the Great Wall of China by using some sort of blue eye vision to put the bricks back together, which, by the way, was also completely ridiculous because that's not one of Superman's powers at all in the comics. When you look at it, when you see him waving at the tourists, you can tell that he can't take the movie seriously. You can just easily tell that he did not care about this movie because of how badly they were doing it. And I felt very bad for him, actually. But despite the movie's failure, he did the very best he could as Superman. He really did. Like, I'd say he saved the movie with his performance as Superman. And with regards to the scene where Nuclear Man, who, by the way, I think is the worst villain in the Superman movie starring Christopher Reeve, when he's attacking the people of Metropolis, because Superman won't tell him where Lacey is, you know, Nuclear Man's love interest he spots in a newspaper article, there's no way Superman would just stand there and let him harm people like that. Like, it's no wonder Christopher Reeve didn't want this movie to be released, really, after filming his scenes, because Superman wouldn't do it at all. He wouldn't let him harm those people. He would have stopped him the moment he tried to attack them. But Christopher Reeve was still great in that scene, you know, how he was yelling, you know, stop, don't do it to people. And so, like, so yeah, I don't know why they had to do that to him. They mistreated him in this movie. Speaking of how he's yelling at them to not hurt people, there is a scene in Superman 2 which I will defend Christopher Reeve on, which is where he yells at Ursula and Non, no, don't do it to people, when they're picking up a bus full of civilians. People reckon that he's about to crack up laughing, but I don't see that at all, because I think the way he delivered that line was really powerful. You can just tell how much he cares about the people of Metropolis. So yeah, so that's why I've not got a problem with that scene, to be honest. I think it was very well acted. And so after he played in Superman 4, he unfortunately became a quadriplegic because he fell off his horse and broke his neck, so yeah. But that didn't stop him being an actor, because he made 2 guest appearances in Smallville as a scientist called Dr. Virgil Swan, who tells Kal-El, played by Tom Welling, about his origins from Krypton and helps him reveal who he is. That scene with him and Tom Welling was a beautiful moment, to be honest, because it was like, you know, a passing the torch moment, if you get me. And then you got to share a scene with John Glover as Lionel Luthor in the following season as well, which was also a great scene as well. So yeah. Christopher Reeve, you know, he's my favourite Man of Steel. He'll always be my Superman, no matter what. And I loved his performance as the character. So guys, this is me doing a discussion talking about Christopher Reeve as Superman. So tell me, guys, in the comments, you know, be sure to give this video a like, and tell me as well what your thoughts are on him as Superman. Tell me what you guys think of his performance in the films as well. I'd love to hear what you guys think of him. Also, be sure to join Team Prime, my and subscribe for more of his coming future, and I will see you all later.